TopMedTalk. Well, hello and welcome to TopMedTalk Down Under. I'm Andy Cumpsty and I'm here with my co-host Kate Leslie at the Australian and New Zealand College of Anaesthetists and Faculty of Pain Medicine's annual scientific meeting here in Brisbane, in Queensland, in Australia. And we're really looking forward to bringing you some great interviews with local and international speakers over the next 4 days of this conference. And we're going to be looking at a really wide variety of topics across the whole of operative medicine. Now, let me hand over to my co-host.
Well, you may have noticed that Andy and I are not the usual hosts of TopMedTalk, so we thought we'd better introduce ourselves. I'm Kate Leslie. I'm a specialist anaesthetist and head of research at the Royal Melbourne Hospital and the University of Melbourne. And my research interests are large perioperative clinical trials and diversity, inclusion and equity in research.
And I'm a clinical lecturer at University Hospital Southampton and University of Southampton in England in the UK. And I spend half my time working clinically in operating theatres in the intensive care units and half my time working at the university doing clinical trials, supervising PhD students. And my main interests are oxygen physiology, oxygen therapy and perioperative outcomes. And now, Kate, so I believe you're also a former president of ANZCA, is that right?
Yes,
yeah, and
2010 to 2012.
Fantastic. And you've been to every one of these college meetings since their inception, I believe.
Yes, you get longer or less for murder, as they say. Everyone since 1992.
Wow, that was the first one, 1992.
Actually, it was in 1994, but the college was established in 1992.
Well, I guess for the benefit of our international listeners, why don't you tell us a bit more about what these meetings are and what the aim of them is and how they're set up?
Sure. Well, the college was established first as the Faculty of Anaesthetists of the Royal Australasian College of Surgeons, and then in 1992 we established our own college. In 1998, the Faculty of Pain Medicine was established, and that was the first Faculty of Pain Medicine worldwide. Quite a thing. And the college is responsible for training, continuing professional development and the assessment of international medical graduates in Australia and New Zealand. And we also have qualifications in general practice or rural generalist anaesthesia, diving and hyperbaric medicine, and most recently, perioperative medicine, which is really relevant to the listeners of TopMedTalk. So the college, apart from training and CPD, the college also looks after research, policy about the safety and quality of anaesthesia, advocacy, and we support our members. We've got over 7,000 fellows and over 2,000 trainees. So we're the third largest specialist medical college in Australia. So the college meeting has been a wonderful event right from inception. It's the biggest anaesthesia meeting in our region. Mm-hmm. It usually has more than 2,000 delegates. And it's really fantastic to be back at it in person, because we had to run it virtually for a couple of years.
Yeah, of course.
And that was it was great doing it virtually, but it was such a shame for the people who organised it. So the program's organised by a regional organising committee each time. So this conference has been organised through the Queensland Regional Committee, and so that allows a fresh bunch of people to get into organising a large conference like this, and putting together the different aspects of it, which are the lecture program, the workshop program, the research component of it with abstracts and posters and prizes and things like that, and most importantly, the social program.
We might come back to that, yeah. So we're in Brisbane for this event. It rotates around Australia and New Zealand, is that right?
It does. So as the conference has got bigger and bigger, the number of places we've been able to do it has got smaller. So it's usually in one of the capital cities in Australia or New Zealand. So last year it was in Sydney, and next year it's in Cairns in far north Queensland, actually. So it'll be good.
Yeah. So you mentioned expecting over 2,000 delegates here this weekend, and they're from all over Australia, all over New Zealand, and also internationally as well?
Some international people, not so much, but they're extremely welcome.
Yeah.
If they want to come, they'll get a big, warm welcome. And our international visitors actually go back home and say, how great our meeting is.
Absolutely. I think, so yesterday, that we were welcomed in Brisbane by the local organising committee, and taken to a local koala sanctuary and met some of the local inhabitants. And before that, I was climbing the Story Bridge in Brisbane. So I think there's lots of things for international people to come here and do. So yeah, It's a great place to be and spend a few days, even before or after the conference. And that's not the official social programme either, is it? That was just before. So what's going to happen over the next few evenings for the social programme then?
Well, one of the differences between our program and a lot of ones that I've been to overseas is that we serve the delegates meals as part of their registration. And they're located in the healthcare industry reception exhibition area, which is fantastic. So everyone comes together, there's a lot of networking, and of course for Australians, high quality coffee is very important.
Key ingredient.
Yes. And then on Saturday night, we have our graduating ceremony for our fellows.
Fantastic.
Our new fellows. So they're presented to the stage party. They all gown up.
And again, for our international listeners, by a fellow, you mean?
So that means they're a fully qualified anaesthetist.
Yeah.
They have become registered or licensed as a specialist anaesthetist or pain medicine physician in Australia.
Yeah, so they've got their ANZCA qualification essentially. Yeah, fantastic.
And so that's followed by a fantastic reception. And one of the great things about the college ceremony is that we have families come, and we quite often have babies and toddlers running around, and it's just fantastic to see to see families so proud of what their children have achieved. And then on Sunday night we have an event for the foundation. So the College of Anaesthetists has got a terrific foundation that puts millions of dollars into anaesthesia and pain medicine research every year. And those grants that we get from ANZCA are pivotal to us getting NHMRC and MRFF funding. That's our major national funding for our clinical trials. So that's a great event to go to. And then Monday night is the gala dinner.
I've heard a lot about this gala dinner already. Everyone seems very excited.
Very excited. More than 1,000 people in a ballroom, and we get a great band. And they usually strike up looking a little bit nervous about a bunch of anaesthetists. But 5 seconds later, there's sort of, 1,000 anaesthetists getting down and boogieing on the dance floor. So it's a fun night.
Can't wait. It's going to be brilliant. And then there's the President's dinner as well, isn't there? So the President's changing over at the moment?
It's an exclusive affair on Friday.
Sure, but as part of this meeting, that's the change of the college.
Yes, every 2 years, the President and the Dean change.
Fantastic. And we're going to be speaking to the incoming president over the next few days, aren't we, as one of our conversations. That's going to be really exciting too.
Yeah.
And we've got a number of really great conversations, I think, lined up coming up. So, for example, we've got some international speakers. So Professor Daniel Martin's here from Plymouth in the UK. So I know Dan very well. He's going to come and have a chat to us about some of his expeditions to high mountains and oxygen research. And then we've got some, I haven't talked about that, have we? There's been some other events already started this week that before the scientific meeting, is it the
Emerging Leaders Conference?
That's it, the ELC, yeah. And we're going to be chatting to some people from there as well, aren't we?
We are.
So what's that for people at home who might not have heard of it before?
So the Emerging Leaders Conference, people apply. They have to be either in a certain number of years from fellowship, and they get together at usually some kind of nice country retreat. And it's a bit corporate-y. They do sort of have talks, and they have group exercises and nice social events. And they work on their leadership skills and developing their networks among the other kind of up-and-coming leaders in the specialty. And that conference really produces a lot of leaders over the years. Most of the college presidents started their leadership career at the college at that meeting.
So they're the ones to watch.
They're the ones to watch.
Fantastic.
And we're going to talk with them, but also with a really experienced leader as well to flesh that out. I'm really looking forward to talking about global health.
Yeah.
So we're talking to Rob McDougall and Chris Bowden. They've done a lot of work in New Guinea and Fiji and around the region. And funnily enough, the college and the two societies are also involved in assisting anaesthetists in Mongolia.
Oh, wow.
So I'm not quite sure how we got Mongolia into our portfolio, but that'll be a fun one, brilliant. I think.
And we've got some conversations about upcoming trials as well, haven't we, with the ANZCA Clinical Trials Network? There's a big session tomorrow, I believe. It's going to be releasing some new results.
Yes, so every year we have a breaking trials session and we fill that session at the last minute with research that's just been completed and often hasn't been published yet.
Yeah.
And there's 3 up-and-coming research leaders are going to present their trials, and they've all been funded by ANZCA, at least in part. So that'll be nice. But there's another session about ANZCA research later on, and we've got Susan Humphreys coming to tell us about some paediatric research that she did there. So that'll be good.
So a really good mix of different things coming up in the next few days.
It is.
And so we're sitting in this pretty huge auditorium room, aren't we, at the moment? And they're still building some of the stands at the moment. Everything's getting ready for the buzz to start tomorrow. But on the workshops today, there's already a huge number of people been here building, out having lunch this afternoon. And excited for it. It's going to be really, really good.
Me too. Can't wait.
Fantastic. Well, I suppose we should stop it there. So thanks for listening to TopMedTalk Down Under. You can find links to each episode in our daily conference newsletter or on the TopMedTalk app. And make sure you also follow us on our YouTube channel and on X, on our Facebook accounts. And thank you for joining the conversation and look forward to seeing you next time.
TopMedTalk. Thanks for downloading TopMedTalk. Don't forget to subscribe, check us out on YouTube, and of course on social media. We're on Instagram, Facebook and X. Also, it's important to remember that TopMedTalk is the broadcasting arm of EBPOM, evidence-based perioperative medicine. We'd love you to find out more about that, and the way to do that is ebpom.org. Check out our website and find out about some of the incredible conferences we're going to be arranging across the year. ebpom.org.